April 15, 2004. It's Thursday after Easter. Hayley Leanne Williams, 16 years old, and Hannah Williams, her sister, are getting ready for a gathering of family and friends. They'll be heading to Oakland Leisure Park, Pembrokeshire together. They want to get the most from their Easter vacation and have fun, just like any teenager. Hayley, a tender-hearted girl, checks in on her mother before she heads out. Beverly Williams is feeling sick and cannot join her daughters at the park. "Go to bed, Mom. Lie in my bed. It's much more comfortable. Make tea." Hayley assures her mother that she will make the tea when she gets home. They don't know that these would be the last words Hayley ever spoke to her mother. The 16-year-old would be brutally taken away in a senseless accident before the end of the day. Her parents will never recover. This video will show Hayley's tragic demise and her parents' ongoing fight for justice. I've been posting lots of interesting and informative videos about roller coaster disasters on my channel. If you're interested in learning more about this subject, please subscribe to my channel. The accident scene at Oakwood, formerly Oakland Leisure Park in Pembrokeshire, South Wales, is located at Oakwood. It is the largest theme park in Wales and a popular tourist attraction. Oakwood was established in the 1980s. At first, it featured BMXs, wooden fort go-karts, and a few activities. Slowly, it became the park we all know today. It features toddler-friendly rides and thrills for more experienced guests. Special events are also available. It was already a popular tourist spot by 2004 and had a significant impact on Pembrokeshire's economy. Now, it is renamed Drenched. Hayley Williams and her friends were already in high spirits before they entered the park. They knew that they had every reason for joy. It was a day shared by young people in a special place that few had ever visited. Hayley had been to Oakwood Leisure Park a few times before this day, April 15, 2009. The group was well versed with Oakwood Leisure Park secrets and decided to skip the hydro ride. They didn't want the whole day to be spent in sweaty clothes. They decided that it would be more fun to end the day in drenched clothes and enjoy some aquatic adventure. As the day progressed, the merry group enjoyed Oakwood's many rides. The 60-acre park was home to over 40 attractions, which is more than enough for teenagers. When you have fun, time flies by quickly. It was a slow process, but then it was over. The group boarded the hydro ride. The ride had been in operation for 18 months at that time. It was inaugurated in 2002. Hydro, also known as Drenched, is 121 feet high and has an 85-degree drop angle. The car can hold 24 riders and takes them more than 100 feet up in the air to get a great view of the park. As it reaches the top, it turns and plunges at speeds of up to 56 miles per hour. This is a huge and impressive thrill ride, made even more terrifying by the largest tidal wave in Britain. According to the park, it was at 45 feet. The thrill-seeking young passengers were naturally drawn to such an exciting ride. They were joined by other park visitors as they boarded the car. There were 22 total seats. They were all very excited. Their pulse is quickening, they're laughing out loud, and their giggles are rising in the air. Before the ride began, there was a minor problem with the lap bars. It was not a major issue. Initially, the lap bars had not stayed in their proper place, but they were almost immediately released. The group was not alarmed, because the bars fell into place again immediately. They realized that no one had checked to make sure the lap bars were correctly in place. This was a fatal oversight. As the descent began, Hayley Williams, Hayley's 16-year-old sister Hannah, and their friends started laughing and singing. Their veins are flooded with adrenaline. The boat made its way up. When it got to the top, everybody braced themselves, expecting the sudden, exhilarating plunge into the cool water. It was meant to be fun, and it was to be shared with family and friends. It was meant to be a celebration of Easter. It turned out to be a terrible tragedy. Elizabeth Hayley's 16-year-old friend, she suddenly saw something. For a split second, she thought it to be Hayley's yellow poncho. The girl looked up and saw a horrible realization. Hayley was not in her seat, and Elizabeth hadn't seen a yellow poncho to protect her. Hayley Williams was actually falling toward the water. The little girl fell 100 feet from the top of her ride to the pool below. The 16-year-old girl fell from the top of the ride at 100 feet. It felt like she was hitting concrete. There was more to fear. Richard Sexton, a park guest, saw the accident and ran to help the girl. Peter Hawkins, an ex-fireman, helped him, and they pulled the girl from the pool. She was unconscious. While Peter began CPR, Nicola, his wife, and an intensive care nurse performed CPR assisted with another person. Soon after, paramedics arrived and Hayley Williams was flown to Bush Hospital. Beverly Williams, the mother of the girl, was still feeling sick when she returned to Pontypool. She heard a loud banging sound at her front door just before 4 p.m. She was told that Hayley, her oldest daughter, had died and she needed to rush to the hospital. They did not ask any additional questions and provided no other explanations. Beverly and Alan Williams, her husband, were quick to get in the car. They quickly got in the car and drove fast. As they raced to the hospital, they passed through Bethlehem. Beverly felt the strangest sensation in her heart when she read the biblical name. She knew that Hayley, her beloved daughter, was dead. Miss Williams hoped for better news when, as she was entering the hospital, Hannah, her other daughter, rushed to her side and assured her that Hayley was fine. Anna was not making a cruel and twisted joke. She believed it. She had never heard anything. Beverly was asked to sit by a doctor. The doctor asked Beverly to excuse her from the terrible news. It was of no avail. Hayley Williams died. According to the park's representatives, Hayley Williams was killed in an accident that wasn't supposed to. Her parents, older brother and sister, as well as her entire community, were deeply saddened by the loss of Hayley. Everyone who knew Hayley loved her deeply. She was a happy, bouncy person who loved to have fun and had a positive outlook. She loved singing and was greatly appreciated by her teachers who believed she would be a successful singer. She was a talented singer who also played several instruments. She was also a pianist and clarinetist. Hayley, like many teenagers her age, never imagined herself as a pop star. She hoped to be in London's West End. The girl was a kind-hearted, compassionate person who used her talents to help others. At Christmas, she would sing for lonely pensioners. She was a singer at church and shared the most sweet good-night rituals with her mother. Beverly Williams said that Hayley used to sing, "I Will Always Love You," every night to her mother before she went to bed each night. Hayley's tragic death was and continues to be a terrible tragedy for her parents. They fought for justice for their little girl for years. Hayley was released from restraint after CCTV footage taken in court showed that staff had not checked. This footage also shows that the victim's lap bars were in an unsafe and open position. The ride was therefore closed for 1 season. The ride was reopened with improved security measures, such as shoulder restraints. Oakland Leisure Park was charged by the Health and Safety Department for not providing adequate safety measures in February 2008. The park was fined £250,000. Hayley's father described the fine as derisory. Hayley's father also said that no amount of money could ever compensate for the immense loss. Hayley's parents still feel empty years later. Beverly and Alan feel that the system has failed. After it was determined that no criminal charges would be brought against them, they continued to advocate for safer roller coaster safety.